how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Have You Seen This? We're in, let's call it season 4, episode
Ooh,
1.5. Yeah. Uh, and
that's how it works.
it's how it works now. We're in the second half of the episode already, so you better catch up.
Oh,
We got a
I've been
little bit
asleep.
of we got a little bit of news to talk about. I have two different shows that I want to ask you if you've seen the trailers for that are coming out in April. But
Okay.
before that, we also got to talk about a show that won't have any more trailers, and we discussed this earlier in the week. But
Blockbuster.
yes, Blockbuster. Very sad to see it go. No,
That makes
but
two of the
first,
three of us.
yes.
Do
Before
not
all of
speak
that, we
its
gotta
name.
say.
A
We gotta
ghost
say,
again.
how's it going, Rob?
It's going just fine. Um, and as you can see, I am now a licensed and professional a medical doctor. So I became one real quick online, which you can do probably totally legally, because we have to discuss a problem of yours, and we're going to talk about it later on in the show. I'm going to let you, as a good doctor, I'm going to let you suffer for a little bit, waiting for the medicine that you're about to receive, and it's going to be furious and deadly. Deadly medicine. That's what we're all about.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Deadly medicine. That interesting. An interesting moniker.
That's right. Deadly medicine. It's canon. We do things different.
Yeah, that's what the M and the
Listen, you
D
know what?
stand for, Dave.
If you don't want to,
Medicine and deadly.
yeah, it's done the French way where you switch things around or whatever and makes it sound nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Medicine deadly, medicine deadly.
Yeah. All right. So to get into the news a little bit, we heard earlier this week that there will not be a season 2 of Willow on Disney Plus,
No.
and no, like while I kind of agree with you,
Hmm.
I would have liked to see if a season 2 picked up, because like the first season was not bad, as like there are some shows that were one that we are gonna talk about later that shouldn't get season 2s, and they do. But I I thought that show did have room to grow, and it is a little disappointing to lose it, but also like they did end it on a very weird note that I wasn't sure how they would pick up in a second season. So yeah.
You waited 30 years. They waited 30 years to get this show off the ground. 30 friggin' years. And I don't know if there's anyone more excited than me. I'm the one who actually knew what Willow was between the three of us anyway. Who was a big fan of Willow. Couldn't wait for the show. And the first episode was like, all right, find its feet, find its feet. Second episode, by now we're starting to kill the best people on the show. And it just I just hoped I. Who cares about a spoiler? We're not ruining anything else. You can go watch the whatever. How many episodes was it? 8 episodes. 8 episodes. You can go watch them right now. That's the whole thing. And, oh, and guess what, guys? It doesn't end satisfactorily. You're gonna have to wait for. Oh, but they did say, like Kazan did say, that it's a never say never thing. So who knows, guys? Who knows? Maybe in 32 years we'll get season 2 of Willow. It'll make perfect sense.
Yeah. And yeah, I I just want more, again, like that fun fantasy, because
Mhm.
I mean, much like superhero, the genre in itself entered like a grim dark phase. Let's call it its teenage years. And like had to kind of grow out of that and find that like that's not the only way to make things. I
Right.
think fantasy needs to do that too, and I think we can have fun whimsical fantasy, but I guess just not this one.
Right. And yeah, there were parts of Willow that were very enjoyable. There was just so much that I I just did not connect with at all, and I didn't like the
Yeah.
kids. If it was more just about Alora Dannon and Willow and what's his name from Spider Man, I liked him on the show. Just
Yeah, he was great.
like if you cut the cast down, there was just so many people. Like we didn't need another Lord of the Rings. That's not what Willow the first one was about. It was about basically stealing Alora Dannon and trying to get her to safety away from a witch. That's it. The witch had a big army,
Mm.
so yeah. I just don't. And like all the little things or whatever. And I don't know if it started the trope of the or if or who started this trope where now we're just going to take 80 songs and slow them down, and someone's going to play a piano and someone's going to sing them real slow or whatever, like wake me up before you go. I'm not like, come on. Now everybody's doing it. I don't get it. And with a show like Will, like you guys had, like, didn't John Williams do the score for? Like, I don't know. I just don't understand. I just don't understand a lot of the choices that were made. Didn't understand it, and it's gone.
Mm.
And so, wink, wink. It might come back, guys. Wink. It won't.
Yeah, yeah,
It will not come back.
definitely.
But yeah, I wish, I wish I would miss it. I really do wish I'd miss it, but I'm not gonna miss it. It'll be fine. But that
Yeah.
shouldn't say don't, like, please keep trying to make these shows. These shows are fun. Like we can't just have, like, I really like the Lord of the Rings, the Power of the Ring or whatever it was called. I really like that
Rings of
show.
Power?
Rings of Power.
Yeah.
I like that show and the other dragon shows. I like those shows. So, but there's so much more room for these things. So keep making them. That one just didn't stick. It's
Yeah.
fine. They'll be
All right.
fine.
So let's talk about some shows that are also ending, but they've got one more season to
Okie
go.
dokie.
I was just seeing, like, since our last episode, that they dropped the, like, trailer for Barry season 4, the final season,
Yep.
and later we'll talk about Succession at the end. But so did you watch this trailer? I didn't, just because I don't watch the
I
show,
did
but
see the Barry trailer when it came out, so it's been a little while. But yes, Barry is a. So you may want to hit the spoiler bloody thing about a goddamn. Oh my god! You could have said Bury, Barry, Barry the final Barry. Um, you could, yeah. Barry's in prison, so yes. It will be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting season. I frigging loved the last season. It was awesome. It was awesome. And one of the best episodes of television I ever watched is on that last season. I believe it was the penultimate episode where Barry thought he was dead. Uh, it's so good. It's so good. If you have not caught up on Barry, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Stop working. Quit your job. Spend a couple hours watching Barry, if that's what it takes. If that's what it takes,
Mm.
catch up on Barry.
I mean, you
It's gonna
could
be
do
good.
it in a weekend if you really dedicate yourself.
Listen. Don't leave it to chance. Quit your jobs. You do not need employment. Oh yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
some of us are busy
We'll
watching terrible shows.
we'll talk
Um,
about it in a minute.
and then so yeah, I'll probably check that out. Like, I've heard a lot of really good things about the series, and
Good.
um, I I like a show that ends on its own terms, and
Yep.
now I realize you're also drinking Tim Hortons, and Dave was drinking Tim Hortons, so, like, I feel bad that
Where
I
are we?
don't have it.
Where are we? Where are we?
Yeah,
This is like, if we don't, we go to jail. I'm only doing my
I
civic duty
know.
by having a Tim Hortons.
I mean, I had some earlier, but I don't
Not a
have any
sponsor,
right
by the way.
now.
Not a sponsor, by the way.
No, just a way of life.
It's mostly whiskey in here anyway. Just
But
pretend.
yeah, yeah, I definitely, I'm gonna kind of see how the last season goes and see what what all those fans who tell me this is one of the best shows think about the end of it, because
You want to see if it sticks
like,
the landing before you watch the show?
oh yeah, because how many great shows end with a great finale and like everybody is happy? There's like two of them ever.
Yeah, yeah. And one is called Game of Thrones.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Your
And the
favorite one?
other is Breaking Bad.
Oh, I haven't seen. Still, guys, still haven't seen a minute of Breaking Bad, except for the stuff on commercials. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah, and I saw the the popcorn chip commercial. It was like, yeah, okay, good for you guys. Uh, all right. See that?
All right.
Is that his voice all the time in the show? You know, like that's Malcolm's dad. Does he always talk like this? It's like, what do you weigh? 130? Yeah, weigh 140 pounds. Like, come on, buddy. Maybe maybe no one would want you dead if you would just talk nicer to people. You don't need to do it. Just be a friendly person.
Mm.
Goodbye in life. That's how it works.
So, moving on, last little piece of news that I have is the Mrs. Maisel trailer that just dropped a couple
Hmm.
days ago, or
Right.
maybe a day or two. Uh, it looks fun. I mean, obviously, I was going to watch it anyway. I watched the other four seasons, but looks like a lot of similar hijinks, but higher stakes. Again, like the one thing we know about the season is that she's getting a lot closer to like that fame and stardom that she's looking for, but
Looks like the money's starting
there's
to roll in.
still, yeah, the biggest hurdles are still in the way, which is really fun.
Yes. Also looks like her apartment burns down at some point. Uh, but that might just be a trick to fool us. But yep. Uh, One thing I was hoping to see in the trailer was Lenny Bruce, and he was nowhere to be found in it. So I don't know if
Mm,
he's going to actually be a part of the show. I don't know if they address what happens with Lenny Bruce at all. It's not obviously it's a fictional show. This isn't based on fact, and then Lenny Bruce is just a character in the show. But uh, yes, I would like to see since how the previous season ended. If anything goes on further between Mrs. Maisel and Lenny Bruce. No clue to that yet, but yeah, it looks. Yeah, of course, it's gonna be fantastic. They haven't missed on this show. Every season's
yeah.
fucking been great. So I can't wait. It's gonna be good. Another one that's gonna go out on its own terms. No one's forcing out Mrs. Maisel. It's not like they do
Hmm.
tons of episodes every year. So yes, I yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be again only what 2.5 months or whatever we get to see it. So
Yeah. I think it's
everything's
like,
ending at the same time.
yeah.
It's fine.
I think that comes out April 11th or something, maybe
Well,
the 16th, something around there.
it's almost my birthday.
I was
Almost my
looking
birthday.
at a
I'll
couple
be
of different shows that are all
almost
mid.
my 24th birthday.
Hmm. Absolutely. That would make you the youngest at the network, right?
Yes, the
That
youngest
makes
and
sense.
most handsome. That's what my grandma says.
All right. Uh, so that's it for news. Same as you. Very excited. I also want to see what happens with Lenny Bruce, but I think like part of the reason to keep him out of the trailers is to make people wonder what happens,
Yeah,
because like a lot of what we see is like all of the people who are mainstays in Midge's life, no matter what. Like, so it's intriguing to see that like the most recent development is not there, and it's like, is that something worth watching for, or are they just cleverly hiding everything? Did he burn down her apartment?
oh, yeesh. Ooh,
I
maybe.
I would put my money on her or Joel, but
Or
still.
the kids, the
Oh
psychopath.
yeah.
And yes, of course, if you're ever interested in seeing another portrayal of Lenny Bruce, Dustin Hoffman is amazing in Lenny. It came out in the 70s. You can see it. Black and white though, so
Hmm.
don't start smacking your TV to make sure the color works. It, it's not gonna come up.
So, shall we move on to what we've been watching?
Sure.
Or I believe Dave has a cool graphic for this.
Oh, don't. Let's see. Here, I think Dave's asleep. All right.
Oh yeah,
What have
might have missed
you
it.
been? What have you been watching?
Whew. Do we want to get into what I've been watching?
Is it an actual
I've
television? Is it an actual? Oh my goodness gracious! uh, is it an actual television show? Are you watching an actual television show, or are you watching an internet program?
I am watching an actual television show that
Hmm.
is airing concurrently with like our yeah. It's airing now. It's coming out week to week. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm watching a television show. Definitely,
Hmm.
it's an awful television show.
Daniel, I need you to start telling us the truth. What are you watching?
So we made a joke about this a couple episodes
Nope.
back.
This was
Yeah,
not a joke. This was the truth. This is not a
and
joke at all.
yeah, I had mentioned that I watched the first two episodes of the newest season of How I Met Your Father, and how bad it still was, obviously. And then Dave made a joke about how I should keep watching it because it
Blaming
would
Dave?
be. He said it. He said I should keep watching it so that
Unbelievable shit.
I can like be tortured by it because
I don't remember
it was my
saying
fault to
this.
watch it in the first place. I was
This
so
isn't my
excited
fault.
for it. It's not Dave's fault, obviously. I never had to listen to him.
If there's Dave's known for one thing, it's peer pressuring people. That's why he's not allowed near schools
Absolutely.
anymore.
All the
Hmm.
time, like constant messaging, like, oh man.
You know what would be
I got a
super
restraining
cool?
order. He just
How I
bought a
Met Your
megaphone.
Father. Hmm. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Daniel, this I I'd like to say I'm angry, uh, and not just disappointed. Of course, I'm disappointed in you, as any sane and rational human being would be. But I'm also angry with you. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. Uh, how many episodes has season two gone through now? How many of these have you watched?
uh,
And let's not pave over this. You watched the
I
entire
gotta
first
say
season.
8 or 9.
You
I gotta say
watched
eight
the
or nine,
first
and the
season
first
and the
season
second.
has 10 episodes.
This is unbelievable.
Even
It,
worse,
it
I
felt
think
like
the
it
second
felt
season
like it
has
took a
more.
month. It took a month for me to get through that one episode, and it's only 30 minutes.
it,
I had to take
it's
it in
so
like
bad.
20-second doses. It is the worst fucking television show I've watched since we started this show, and
Oh.
that includes Guardians of Justice. That includes the goddamn blockbuster show. It
Okay, so the
is.
most recent episode had their take on the playbook, kind of, which they call protocols, and their group
They
protocols
don't
that
even
they
have a.
have set, where everybody has like set roles and they all got to do this thing, and yeah,
Has any
I
has
was
any of
very
the
upset.
characters has any of the characters been outed as a former Canadian teen pop star?
Not
Because
yet.
it's about to fucking happen. It's the same. It's the same show, the same jokes, the same basic shitheads, but none of the charm. There's zero charm to this show.
I
There's
know.
nothing to this. Why are you doing this?
I don't know.
And this is in my professional opinion. You've lost your rock. You're off your rocker.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There was a
I
Lizzie
swear to
McGuire
Christ,
cameo.
in heaven, I am going to call the police. I'm going to bring the cops on you. Or the
And
gendarme.
yeah.
I can't remember what they're called in Quebec. Gendarme? Probably.
Yeah, it's very very upsetting. Every episode has a different like way to ruin a How I Met Your Mother joke, and it it is giving me an appreciation for the original show, and like I mean I even defend a lot of the last season of How I Met Your Mother, which a lot of people are not into, but I actually really enjoy it. So, but it's giving me an appreciation that even those people would find for a reappreciation for the original show, because that's how bad this one is.
Can I tell you something? And I want this to be. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. And I mean it from the heart. I'm concerned for you. I am concerned for your mental well-being. I don't think it's good. I don't think this is good for you. I
Very
think
fair, very fair.
yes, I think that and mind you, I am a doctor, so I can professionally diagnose you.
You
You're
are,
gone
apparently.
bananas. This is bananas. Like, oh my gosh, like what are they gonna have to do? Like, I swear to God, in heaven, they're gonna have to grab you and strap you down in a chair, just like Clockwork Orange or whatever, and just put the droplets in it and stuff like that. And they'll make you watch Barry, all 3 seasons and stuff. You can remember what television is supposed to look like. Hopefully, it'll eradicate any of this How I Met Your Father no goodness out of you. Okay,
Oh
what?
man.
Okay, do you have like a favorite character on the show? Like what keeps you coming back to this? I don't understand it.
Again, most of what keeps me watching is just because I am like falling asleep and I put something on that I don't need to pay
That's
that
no
much
no no.
attention to, but
That's like
uh
you're like a drug dealer or a drug addict who said, I was just walking home and a needle fell into my arm. That's bullshit. You went out of your way to make sure that show was on. It's like, you know what I'm just gonna put on the show or whatever. I'm just gonna make it's gonna help me fall asleep. Wink. It's like,
yeah,
oh, I can watch
it's just
every
like
single episode.
I actually only have Disney Plus right now, so
Mhm.
I'm just like pretty much out of things to watch on that because I've rewatched Bob's Burgers like 3 times in the last 4 months, like the entire series, which is like 13 fucking seasons. uh, and then yeah,
Unbelievable.
I just got bored, so I started watching a couple episodes, and I'm like, this is fucking terrible. This is so awful. Why did they keep ruining my show? And then I just watched more episodes.
This is exactly what drug addicts say. This is
Yes.
exactly how drug addicts are. You have now equated How I Met Your Father to the usage of heroin. Heroin! Oh, all the cool kids love heroin. Heroin makes you
No,
awesome.
nobody does. Nobody likes this show.
Yeah, at least if you OD on heroin, at least you could say, well, yeah, he had it coming and stuff like that. You're gonna OD to death on How I Met Your Father. No one's gonna respect that. Nobody.
And yeah, so very bad show. Uh,
Yes. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable how you've managed to watch this much. So, uh, television shows coming to a close and stuff like that. Are you expecting yet another season of How I Met Your Father?
I'm pretty sure it already has a
Oh
third
my
season
god, this
ordered.
is
I'm
today
not
just keeps getting
positive
worse. It
on
just
that,
keeps
but
getting
like
worse. It just keeps
I
getting worse.
I know. I'm so upset at its existence.
Bullshit. It's like, oh, I know, guys, I just need another fix. Uh, I know, I know it's bad. I know it's bad for me, but I'm just itching. I'm itching. Just a little bit, a little bit of a taste, a little bit of a taste. I'll be fine. This is you, and How I Met Your Father. So,
the
is the girl
again,
from Sex and the City still on the show? Like,
the
do
worst
they?
part is every time I do that, like it's not there because there has not been one single time where I was like, oh, that was actually like they did that part justice. That hasn't happened yet.
In all my many hours of professional medical advice, uh, I've never heard a case more infuriating than yours. I just don't get it. I
You're
don't,
welcome.
I
In
don't
your
understand.
hours of expertise,
Yeah, and
your
I'm busy.
hours in this field.
Yeah, I'm a busy guy. All right, I usually don't. I don't specialize in television sanity and stuff like that, but I do now because I know that I have it and you don't. That you've lost your friggin' mind.
All right, so should we talk about a good show?
Which one?
Well, I mean, all the other shows you mentioned before the broadcast were trash reality shows, so I guess we're gonna
Yes.
talk about Mando. It's the only good show left.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been a good season so far. I think we missed last week, so we missed that dogfight and stuff like that, which was awesome.
Hmm.
And then
I actually heard about that.
what? What
Just
was going
like,
on?
yeah, somebody who was just watching the show, they were just talking about how impressive it was. So I heard it in passing, like
Hmm.
how cool the dogfight
Oh,
was.
that was this week, wasn't it? Was the dogfight this week? It may have been this week. I'm getting it mixed up because I watched them bang bang. Uh, but going back to Mandalore and that that R2D5 or R5D2 whatever it's called, the orange robot, amazing. Might be my new favorite Star Wars robot, except it's that same goddamn robot supposedly from the movie Star Wars with the bad motivator and Uncle Owner or whatever had to say, "Hey, what are you trying to pull here?" And the guy going, "Blank." By the way, that's my. Did you like my Jawa imitation? I've been working on it since I started remembering about that robot a couple of minutes ago. So that part I don't like. I don't know what it is about Star Wars shit where you got to pull everything together and hit the spoiler thing again because I could also say like that whole ending of the Star Wars saga with the Emperor and is that's Ray's somehow grandfather. It's like uh, what's up, Taco? Like, let's be serious here. The Emperor was never a viable sexual candidate for anyone. So I don't know how they're procreating in this universe. This is bananas. And especially, like, yeah, I don't get it. I do not understand this at all. Uh, but yeah, that orange dude was it R5, I think, right? R5 friggin' something.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's R5.
yes, that's right. I'm the Star Wars master now. Yeah, was friggin' awesome, and I can't wait for more of him. I might like him better than the little Yoda dude, who every time he shows up on television, my wife goes bananas. Like, oh, he's so cute, and then all these little movements he does. Oh, look at him, and it's like, God damn, he's a puppet. Like I never get any of that. Usually it's just like get out of my way. That's all I usually get from my wife. And this goddamn green thing goes, oh that's oh my gosh, oh my god, oh oh that's even worse. That's even worse. Yeah, we say equally dumb, maybe worse. Uh, but the one thing I thought was cool was that big uh lake
It's a small
monster.
town.
Like that big lake monster that the skull is the insignia for the Mandalorians or whatever. I thought that was cool, and not why would Bo Katan not say anything about it? Like when she asked him, like, "You see anything down there?" He's like, no." Also, he plummeted to the ground pretty damn quick for not feeling anything bringing him down there. Like she took a jetpack and took forever to go get him. So I don't know. I don't know how he think he just fell, but whatever, that's fine. Uh, what do you like? I wonder what this monster is gonna like the lake monster is all about. Why not saying something so important? Oh, here's another Star Wars nerd.
So I can answer that question.
Okay,
So, uh, it was a mythosaur, which is like in ancient times,
it's a
the
little on the nose,
Mandalorian.
isn't it?
Yeah,
A little on the nose.
the Mandalorians would ride mythosaurs and stuff, and then eventually it became.
Underwater?
No, I didn't know they could swim like that. I thought they were more like rancors, but um, but the reason she wouldn't tell him about it is being able to ride one would be like a really big like status symbol,
More than
akin,
the dark saber? Like, is she
I think it would
like, is
be
this the way I become queen or whatever? Is
akin to her having the dark saber. I think they'd be
Oh,
like,
it's the dragon thing that dude rides an avatar at the end.
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah, and it's not unlike that. But yeah, it would be another status symbol. Everyone go check out Taco Show after this, by the way.
Trogdor.
But similar to having the dark saber, which is like you can unite all the clans. Being able to ride a mythosaur would also be a pretty big deal. And she was once royalty, or at least her sister was Duchess of all of Mandalore. She wants to get back there.
So yeah, so she's worried about the Mandalorian stealing her thunder again.
Yeah, he already stole the dark saber from her.
He didn't steal it. He won it. You can't even hold it. She have no problem. It's just like, I'm gonna just whip the shit out of people with this thing. He can hardly swing it.
Well,
Phil.
she's used it before.
Yeah, he used it on that fight or whatever in Boba Fett. Not very well.
Yeah. Well,
Because John Favreau's guy, I know that because he taught me that. So
Yes.
I'm actually paying attention. He was back again.
Yeah, he was.
Look, he just has to learn to become worthy. Like it's heavy for now.
Yeah, there's a great. My favorite Star Wars thing
Not worth it.
is an episode of Rebels where the Freddie Prinze Jr. Jedi teaches the Mandalorian character how to wield the dark saber, and like how it's not about like having the Force, it's about using it and channeling it, blah blah blah. And, like that's a really cool like sequence there. And someone's just got to teach him. Grogu's got to remember all his goddamn memories, which I think we're gonna get this week. And then he'll be like, "Oh, I once Master Windu taught me how to do lightsaber tricks. I'll teach you how to do lightsaber tricks."
That is an uncomfortable sounding voice you just made.
I will say, you're telling you didn't get anything out of Grogu whenever he's on screen and making his little movements. I would say the most adorable thing when all the Mandalorians are around, he's like, "This is the way." They're all like, "This is the way," and Grogu's like, he's like, he's trying to be in the cult.
Are they gonna make him a little hat, a little
You can't
helmet?
You can't cover up that face.
They can just get a couple holes or whatever for his ears.
I think it defeats the purpose.
Be pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did like when they were at the mechanic's place or whatever, and she said, "Oh, did you hear that? She said my name." So yes, yeah, for sure, Grogu's words are coming. Do you find it alarming when people call him Din like his actual name? Because I do. I was like, just like I just like, oh, that's Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, see, I always forget what his name is because the show isn't called Din Djarin and Grogu. It's called The Mandalorian. But I guess it would be really confusing when you're around other Mandalorians if they were all calling you, "Hey, Mando." Even though I love when Carl Weathers shows up and is like, "Mando, how are you doing?"
Chub.
And yes, because
that first episode, he was 100% Chub.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I assume most people in the Star Wars universe know, at most 1.2 Mandos. And
we were under the impression there was a lot less Mandos. Now, the Mandos are like Jedi's post-Order 66. Throw a rock, you'll hit one.
Yeah. No problem.
And they'll be upset.
Yeah.
A lot of them just wear paper bags over their heads or something like that.
They can't get Beskar.
Yeah. It's like, others wear the paper bag. It's close enough.
Yeah.
They just draw on it. Fierce looking eyebrows or something like that. Like, don't mess with me.
It's like that time
pretty
Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Amazing Bagman.
Oh brother. Okay. So we see the clone guy back. The clone guy, the evil dude from the first one or whatever. See, and they're trying to rehabilitate him or whatever, both in the show and maybe in the eyes of the fans. even though he was saying before, it's like don't kill him or whatever. I figured when he would say like don't kill him or whatever, it's because he needs him alive just for his DNA or whatever, or whatever his space juice, whatever they use up there. Who knows? Did you buy him? Do you buy a redemption arc of some kind for this guy? A cloner.
Yeah, because I think this is very akin to, and both my dad, who I watched the episode with, and then Alex from Star Wars Explained pointed this out. This is very similar to like what the U.S. did with Nazi scientists and stuff, and like mostly that all worked out fine, you know. So like, I get that he would want to be redeemed as like he was a guy who was like all about his science, and he's like, I want to do the science. I don't care about who's in charge. But also, I think he will be, assuming he still has his mind, after the Mind Flayer got a hold of him.
How's that? Like, how many different shows are going to have something called the Mind Flayer now?
A lot.
There's two. I can think of two
We're
off
at two.
the top of my head.
When they kept saying Mind Flayer, I thought it was going to be like that big purple squid thing from Rogue One that came out.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, right.
But it's just a machine, and I'm like, that's kind of lame.
Yeah. I would like to see the Upside Down in Star Wars, though. I think that would be
Ooh.
pretty fun.
But yeah,
Yeah, pretty good.
I do like seeing, though, Coruscant, and it's like, man, it kind of just still sucks. Like,
Yeah.
everything is still terrible.
Yeah, it's all just politics. It's politics all the time there. It doesn't matter. It's the same people. I think they were even kind of saying that one guy is like, Rebels, Empire, is like, who gives a shit? It's all the same. Did you I recognized him. I recognized the clone guy, but I did not recognize the other one from Garrett. What is his name? What's his
From
name?
Gideon's ship.
Gideon's ship. Didn't recognize him at all.
I did not recognize her. Sorry, I would not have recognized her if she had not been in 75% of the previously ons. Like,
Oh, really?
in like the entire, like, because I don't skip that because it's been I've never gone back and watched Mando, so I assume so. Like, I don't remember. And Mandalorian was what, like 2021 was when we got last Mando. So like it's been a minute. So I always
What
watched
year
it,
is
like
it now?
2023.
News to me.
But I recognized her from the previously on. And I was like, ah, yeah. And then also I was like, oh my god, that I recently started watching The Rookie, and she's in like my favorite episode of The Rookie.
I think I was more I never paid attention to anyone except for I knew that Giancarlo Esposito's there. It's like, yes, this is gonna be awesome, and that's all I gave a shit about when I found out that he was on the show or whatever. Didn't pay attention to anybody else. So that's on me. That's on me, I guess.
And you know what? Now you're paying for it because she may be. I don't know who she's working for now, though. Like, she's clearly a bad guy.
It's got to be First Order, right? This has got to be the First Order.
I don't think the First Order exists yet.
I don't. I think this is the start. I think this is how it all starts up.
I don't know. I think they may change stuff from the books, but I feel like we're still too early because I think it's only like 6-7 years post Jedi, and I think like First Order doesn't come in for like another 15 years, but who knows? I actually think she's working for.
That's how the Nazis worked.
I think she's working for Thrawn personally. Spoilers for Star Wars Rebels. You know. He's not dead. He made it out of that show.
I didn't even know he was on the show.
No, he's
I
like
think he told me.
Yeah, he's like a big.
I know he's going to be on the other show.
In the Ahsoka show. Yeah, I think I think Thrawn will be like the Thanos of the Mandoverse.
Oh,
okay. Even if you see them die on screen, expect them to come back. That's the Star Wars guarantee.
Darth Maul got cut in half, and he was in every animated show and Solo.
Yeah, he's got spider legs or something.
He did get spider legs for a little bit, and then his brother.
That's some wild, wild west crap.
He got spider legs because he survived on his hate.
Is that how?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He hated Obi-Wan so much that he was able to survive.
Obi-Wan, really?
Yeah. Just hated him.
Well,
But I'm excited. I also really liked in this episode of Mando, getting to see the mountain, and like, oh man, you don't realize that they're so high up.
I didn't even know. I did not understand that reference at all. Is that from again like the cartoon shows or whatever?
So
Like that mountain part? I know about like the movies of with Coruscant and stuff like that. I
It's
know
like
I'm not a huge.
they have a couple
guy.
throwaway lines in the movies where they talk about how it's a massive city planet, and it's kind
Yeah,
of
I know
like
those things I know.
it's kind of like old New York, how like it's a city built on top of another city, built on top of another city, but it goes down for like thousands of cities. And then like the like different levels are like super criminal and stuff. Like there was famously going to be a video game set on Coruscant on level 1313, where that was like all about the underworld and the underbelly of the Republic. And then as you get closer to the surface, it's less bad.
Imagine the apartment building from Judge Dredd, but a city version. And each floor is now a neighborhood.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, and that's you'll see like when you get those spanning shots of Coruscant, like big holes that just go down. That's how people get to the lower levels.
I just didn't know if like
skydive,
the mountain that he goes in, like he touches the mountain or whatever, and then everyone freaks out. I didn't know if that was like a part of like Star Wars lore before, or if that was something that just showed up for this show.
I think they talked about it in one of the High Republic books where they talked about how they were talking about like how great the Republic was and like how awesome it was. And it's like, we even overtake mountains. We're so dope. Because like it's a massive mountain on Coruscant, and they're like at the very tippy top all the time. And then they just keep getting higher.
That place would probably smell like a bad fart. It probably like the smell of Coruscant. It's like
doesn't smell like much these days.
Jeez, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Is Coruscant okay?
What happened to Coruscant? It was the other planet that got blown up in that movie, right?
It was Alderaan that got blown up.
And there was another one in the other Star Wars movie that was just like Star Wars.
Oh, that was Hosnian Prime.
There you go.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime got blown up.
Yeah, just a whole planet of Optimus Primes.
Roll out.
Cybertron?
Roll out. Yeah,
Cybertron also got blown up.
No, just Optimus Primes. Not like his species, just everyone is an Optimus Prime. It's kind of like Mando.
I was gonna say, sounds like a Rick and Morty episode or something. A planet full of Optimus Primes.
I mean, mostly I said it just so I could mention that planet also exploded.
What planet hasn't exploded a time or two?
That's right. Come on.
Yeah.
Get serious.
That's what we're in the process of doing.
Shh, no, it's fine. Global warming's a myth.
Yep.
Okay, we'll be all right.
Unbelievable. So did you enjoy the episode, Dave?
I did.
Like a lot of people are saying one of the best episodes of Mandalorian. I don't agree. I thought it was a good episode.
I think it's the best episode of season 3.
Yeah, of the 3, it's the best one.
Yeah. But like, and I was like, really good episode. But like, you know, I come for the Mando, and there was very little Mando.
That's true. It was like watching an episode of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Except Mando got to be in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's just like Boba Fett.
No, Boba Fett didn't even get to be in his episodes sometimes.
Yeah, I wonder if Din Djarin has more screen time than Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
It's probably
tight.
comparable.
It's
close.
tight.
It's close.
Pretty tight.
Yeah.
I also just want to go back quickly to that second episode and say that I really like that spider monster guy who has a spider robot and it gets fucked up. So you're like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to jump out in my spider robot thing. A spider robot within a spider robot? Ingenious. And that thing gets the shit kicked out of it. And then he's just like a crab helmet, dude. It's like, yes.
go
Where are
back.
these robots?
Go back and watch. And it seemed to be like an organic. It was like a Grievous.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, but like his head was real, and everything else were like parts.
Yeah, go back and watch all the like who wrote what episode, because when I saw that weird spider guy, I turned to my wife and my father, and I said, "I bet you Jon Favreau wrote this episode because he's always putting weird shit like this in."
Yeah,
and he did. It's like nobody can tell him no.
Okay, but that is literally Wild Wild West then.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because Wild Wild West had the guy in the giant spider, and then he also had the spider wheelchair.
They should have had Kevin Kline just to do the.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, little Easter egg for all you huge Wild Wild West fans.
Wild West.
So I apologize. I apologize for accusing Darth Maul of some Wild Wild West shit, because this is more egregious.
Okay. Dave, while you're here, I think that's the end of Mando talk this week.
That's the end of Mando Minutes.
This is the end of the Mando Minute here on the show. Now, we didn't get a chance to say anything about the end of the goddamn zombie show.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. And all I have to say is, how excited were you that you got your goddamn giraffes?
You have no, because we talked about this on the show, Rob.
A few times. I was like the only thing you wanted.
The giraffe is too silly. I'm just like, we're not gonna get. And when I saw the runtime, I was like, 43 minutes. We're not gonna get the giraffe. They're just gonna show up, and we're gonna go right into the hospital. And then Ellie started running away, and I was like, I went like this, and I grabbed my wife, and I was like, "Honey, I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it." And then that giraffe rolled into town, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, 6 of them.
I talked about, like, legitimately during the whole like intense montage of Joel systematically killing all the fireflies. I turned and I was like, how cool is that giraffe, though? Yeah. And then to find out the behind-the-scenes stuff where a lot of people were like, man, that giraffe looked like shit. CGI is terrible. It's like, no, that's just what giraffes look like. Yeah. Giraffes are freaks.
You are a dumb asshole.
They had a real giraffe on set. Everything else was fake.
It would have been awesome. It would have been awesome if it was just like the puppet.
The giraffe was the only real thing.
The giraffe from the Friendly Giant.
Have you not seen that photo?
No.
It's literally like they're in a completely like blue screen room with like blue screen boxes to like that they're clearly just gonna put the thing on, and then it's Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, a blue wall, and on the other side of the wall, the giraffe.
Yep. Poking its head out.
Nothing else was real. But really, I thought, first of all, it gave me the giraffe, so 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 100%.
But also, like, some really fantastic stuff in that final episode. I really like the choices they made. That it turns out the reason Ellie's immune is she's a blade.
Yes. She's like a daywalker.
Yeah. All of their...
Wait, what?
Did you not watch the final episode of Last of Us, Dan?
No.
You're the worst.
I'm still a couple episodes behind.
Where you talk about television.
This is literally your job.
No. Let's not bury the lead. Let's not bury the lead and shame him. Shame on you. You've watched God damn it! You watched the goddamn How I Met Your Father, and you couldn't watch The Last of Us.
I don't have an HBO subscription, so no.
Dan, do you have the internet? It's out there.
I don't live in this house. I keep sneaking in here every fucking Tuesday. There's ways to do things.
When Dan, spoilers, Ashley Johnson of Critical Role fame and original Ellie, plays Ellie's mom. Fucking kills, gets bit, delivers the baby.
Yeah, while delivering the kid.
And then, like, cuts the cord. And I literally said out loud, all of their abilities, none of their weaknesses. Daywalker.
Yes.
Ellie's just a blade. And I think that's so great.
That is pretty sick, yeah.
Because that's
Yes.
not something they. I talked to my wife because I haven't played Last of Us 2, but she had, and I was like, "Do they talk about that in the second game?" And she was like, "No, they do not." And I was like, "That's crazy." I love that she's
It's a
just a
choice they
blade.
made. Choice they made.
I gotta say though, Marlene, bad on Marlene, because Ellie was in Fedra school.
Yep.
And like Marlene's like, I promised your mother that I'd keep you safe and that I'd protect you. It's like you just gave her to the military that you were
Yeah.
actively bombing. Like you were actively, you're like, here, take this baby. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. Was she in Pittsburgh? Was that where she was? I can't remember.
Boston? Where'd they
No, I
start?
know that's where she ended up was Boston, but I can't remember if she was out somewhere else before or whatever, and then came back to Boston. But anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you were angry at Marlene, then well,
Well, dead now. Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't realize this until like days
the
later.
only one there supposedly, right? The only one that reprised their
Yeah.
role
Because
from the
I'm
game.
replaying Last of Us right now. Still, I was hoping to
Spoilers.
finish it with the show.
All this is spoilers for you then.
Yeah. I'm replaying.
Where are you in the game?
I just finished David's stuff, so I'm about to do Firefly, the hospital.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so
get my
let's-
giraffe.
Yeah, good.
Double giraffe.
I appreciate when you go against the Fireflies in the game. It is a lot of sneaking, it's time consuming.
Mhm.
It's very tense. It's an incredibly tense level. I'm glad they did what they did with the show and made
Yeah.
it about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Fucking just kills everybody. Yeah, it was great.
I really like that too because I thought they were going to spend way more time on the action scene and kind of like yada yada. The Joel is like, yeah, no, zombies attacked the Fireflies. That's what happened.
There was lots of them, Millie.
Yeah, it turns out you're not the
there's
only
a
one who's immune.
There's dozens.
Dozens of them. They didn't
And
even
the
need
cure
you.
doesn't work. The cure
Oh,
didn't
no.
work. So it's like, you're stuck with me.
Yeah, but I really liked the way they did that sequence, with very little, no dialogue, just score and montage style action, which I thought was really great.
They remained true to the game throughout. They didn't try to change any of the choices made from the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens in the game happens on the show, almost down to the exact wording and stuff like that. The conversations between Ellie and Joel at the end or whatever, saying when she was talking about asking what happened and stuff like that. So yeah, it's right down to it. And then they're going to be heading back and stuff like that. So, yeah, good for them. They announced that they're going to split The Last of Us 2 into 2 seasons.
I really think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, can we spoil Last of Us 2 here?
I wouldn't yet.
No? Okay.
This guy hasn't even finished The Last of Us 1.
That's true. But, there's it's a bigger scope in Last of Us 2.
Much bigger.
So I think that would be hard to tell in 9 episodes. So I'm glad. I am curious to see.
I would say you can spoil as much of The Last of Us 2 as I spoil from The War of the Dragons.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know what? The good thing is, I hardly ever pay attention. So, although I did hear what you were saying, I cannot for the life of me remember. So that's good.
Rob's like, was that Matt Smith?
Yeah, yeah. I have again also problem with names as we have discussed previously.
Was that one of the Andys?
What?
One of them. Circus, probably.
Anyway, really great show.
Right.
Dan, you should watch The Last of Us. I think you.
It turns out it's okay. It turns out.
Yeah, I probably should.
It is kind of
jacking
crazy.
shit off for zombies in a zombie show.
I do like how few zombies there were.
What?
Yeah.
There should
I think
always still be that there. It's like, remember, it's not just the people you're fighting. You're also fighting zombies.
yeah, but I think it made it so like whenever we saw one zombie, it was a really big deal. And it's like, oh, our characters could die.
We only
And
saw
like,
one
Mm.
bloater. One.
do you know
One
how
gigantic bloater.
expensive that
That looked like Chevy Chase when he tied himself up with the pillows or whatever, and
Yeah.
pillows and blankets.
It did. Jesus.
And yeah,
Yeah,
it makes
couldn't
sense
take it.
with the type of zombie that it is and how it's like the connectedness
Clicker.
of the fungal network that like you're going to have big groups of zombies that are all together, and then you're going to have pockets of no zombies because if they have nobody to eat, they're going to leave because they're all connected to each other
Mm-hmm.
like ants.
Ugh. So how long do we have to wait for the second part 1 of season 2
They haven't
or whatever it is?
announced anything, but
Mhm.
I would imagine that I'm going to say 2 years. I don't think we get this till 2025.
When does House of the Dragon season 2 come out? Is it going to be next year? Are we
they
going to
haven't-
have like their big flagship shows going one a year kind of a thing now?
I think that would be a smart thing to do, especially
Yeah.
with next year all the DC shows and stuff start to pop back up, or you're going to start to pop
Right.
off on HBO Max.
Yes.
So keeping like your prestige show for like, all right, this year we let House of the Dragon get all the awards. Then this year Last of Us gets all the awards. House of the Dragon, Last of Us. House of the Dragon, oh no, we're out of Last of Us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Unless they decide, oh, we're going to, guess what, guys? There's a secret. Last of Us 3 coming out, and it's going to be just as good as the final season of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
We got the guys who adapted the non-book of Game of Thrones
They're going to
into
be
a
able to make
television
it.
show,
They're going to
and
be
they're
able to
gonna
make it from Wyoming to Washington D.C. in 2 days, no problem, by walking.
No problem.
teleporting ravens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's going to be excellent. What else? What else have you been watching? Look, I know you probably haven't seen it, Daniel. I would like to say Ted Lasso's back. Thank goodness for that. I really enjoyed the episode. As a Chelsea fan, I already fucking hate West Ham. I hate them, and to see them as the bad guys of the season, I loved it. I loved it. And also, you can tell it's a fucking comedy show because they said, "Oh, West Ham is the consensus choice to win the Premiership." What bullshit! I have an old boot. I have an old boot that has just as good a chance. An old boot that my dog peed in.
This was a really great comeback for Ted Lasso.
Mhm.
Like, what a fantastic return to form. Like, all the characters gel so well together, except for Jamie Tartt's hair. What's going on with his hair?
I didn't understand. I
was
had
like-
no idea what was
I was
going
like, oh
on.
my God.
I was concerned.
But like, everyone is just, I thought that them like kind of spinning Keely off into like she's not part of the team anymore, so I thought that separation might have hurt the show and like given it less focused.
She
But
had just as
I think
much
it's
screen
still
time as she always had. I think.
Yeah, I think it's really good. And I also love that we are getting like Nate deteriorating into madness for the bad guys. I think it's just so good when he like has to go hide under the table and spit on the ground to like psych himself up. It's like,
Yes. And then he's still driving that shit car and stuff like that. Yet he can tell millionaires or whatever, and you can, that they're shit or whatever, and you have to stand on the line of shame or
this is
whatever.
the
it was.
idiot line. Try
Yeah.
not to stand on the idiot line.
Like, all right, buddy, relax.
Yeah.
And I do like how Rupert Giles from Buffy's character's name is Rupert. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, he only has to ever worry about the one there.
he's so good as an antagonist.
Yes.
And
everything.
every season he just gets better and better and better.
But it's like
He's gonna-
his childhood dream. His childhood dream was running AFC Richmond, right? That's his boyhood team. This isn't something you just switch off. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy one of London's other big rival clubs and stuff like that. Like they're a West London club, supposedly Richmond, and they'll be playing Chelsea on this coming week's episode. And the guys from Chelsea are already doing like posters. And Graham Potter does an interview about what he thinks about the tactics for AFC Richmond coming in. It's fucking fantastic. I've loved this entire week on social media for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like fuck me. Like if something happened in Chelsea and there's like, oh, all of a sudden no more Chelsea, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go cheer for fucking West Ham United. Nope. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Nope. No. Go cheer. Go buy a Spanish club. Like I don't understand.
Buy
But
a
yes.
Spanish club. What a specific insult.
No, it's good. It's just far away. It's like if you really want to keep owning clubs, it's like fine. You just wouldn't. It wouldn't enter your head. It would never enter your head to do this. I wouldn't think.
No.
Not if that was like your boyhood club. It's like fucking. Oh, I'm just gonna go buy my
Yeah,
greatest rival club or whatever and love them now.
but he's doing it to piss off his ex-wife.
Yeah, but you still have to live with yourself. Anyways,
I don't think
his
he
come up-
does. I don't think he cares.
He's gonna get his comeuppance this year. I hope. Well,
I think he's
probably
gonna.
last year.
I think
guys.
he's gonna die.
Last year.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna end it? Well.
No.
No, neither do I.
No. No, I don't know. I don't think they should either. But I was saying off air, they're showing pictures of Roy Kent in a Chelsea shirt wearing number 6 or whatever. And it looked like the shirt was from 2007. So I am literally gonna buy that jersey and have that made up, and I'm gonna hang it on my fucking wall right there. That's the only reason I'm buying it. A Roy Kent jersey.
Nice.
I haven't even done that for John Terry yet, or Frankie Lampard, or Didier Drogba. But I'll do
Only
it
a
for Roy Kent.
fictional character.
That's right.
'Cause
Yes.
Alrighty.
He's there. He's every fucking where. He's Roy Kent.
By my count, it looks like we're a little over an hour now. We've done our time that is required of us by the laws, you know. So
By the laws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Canadian law.
Oh.
Listen, I'm an attorney, so I know these
I thought you were a
things.
doctor.
Can I be both? Can I be both?
If you know what, if Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can, I guess you can.
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 Yeah,
You
there is a
Can,
place where you can go online and they'll ordain you a reverend doctor, but that's not quite a lawyer.
Not quite.
Arguably better if you want to be a reverend.
Uh,
And yeah, so y'all got some plugs?
Oh, I'll start. Guys,
Yay.
if you haven't had enough of me on this here network,
I have.
the Northern how dare you, sir? Listen, I will sue you.
Oh no.
Professional licensed attorney. If you haven't had enough of me this week on the Northern Entertainment Group, watch out, because I'll be doing a show with 50 again. We're going to be ranking the Masters, the 2-year ranking of all the Masters from Doctor Who. I believe it'll come out on Monday, which is less than 7 days from now. Maybe it comes out on Tuesday, but I'm filming it this week. So we're going to be talking Doctor Who with good old 50 right here, Northern Entertainment Group. You can try and follow me at SnarkYeti on Twitter. You can see stuff I do over at LGRN, like the starting 11 playoff beards I'll be doing this weekend, getting ready for the NHL playoffs, and the fucking Jets fucking pissed me off, but hopefully they'll be able to, hang tight and not screw this up. But I've given up hope, and now we'll just see what happens. Now it's just like whatever goes. I'm
Honestly,
tired of
I kind of blanked for a second. Then he started bitching about the Jets being bad, and I don't know which sport he's talking about.
We're talking about we're talking about rugby. I'm a huge rugby guy
Talking
now.
about
Professional
equestrian.
rugby. Yes, we had the. I was talking about West Side Story, and oh brother.
Oh no, this is the long one.
Yeah, we deserved it. How about you, Dave?
Oh, you can find me here every Tuesday talking television and whatnot. But then every Monday over on Multiverse of Geekdom talking Lost. We just finished season 1 with Exodus, almost 2 hours on the 3-part finale of Lost.
3.
Yeah, and in my opinion, the best finale, season finale of Lost.
Which
Heart.
part?
I think of it as Lost the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You get to hear all the fun things over there. Go check it out. They have a lot of great programming there, just like we do. Daniel, what about you?
Yeah, speaking of, well, I don't actually have any plugs, so I went
Oh.
to some friends to get some plugs of theirs. So I've basically got advertisements for you. Speaking of Multiverse of Geekdom, over on Thursday, our friend Jason is doing the Gaming in the Multiverse show, and we also have another thing on Thursday over on Let's Talk About It. Taco was in our chat earlier, and him and fellow contributor Soda are doing a tier list for point of view characters of the Game of Thrones books, and that sounds like fun.
Mushroom.
And I am definitely going to try to be there because I will have opinions.
Oh.
I've read the Game of Thrones books in like the descending order because I was looking for foreshadowing clues that may lead to later clues in the later books, and yeah, it was my fourth read through.
Spoil the show on that show.
And yeah, so that sounds like a lot of fun. And so that about does it for us. Anybody got any last second thoughts?
Remember to love each other.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. God damn it.
I've actually got a thought for us backstage for our next year award. I thought of a great addition to it. So,
teasing.
Yes. But that'll about do it. I can't speak anymore. That'll about do it for us for this week. So for myself, for Rob, and for Dave, we thanks you for joining, and we'll see you next week.